You know what? It is the biggest scandal in the history of college admissions. 50 people named in Operation Varsity Blues, a corrupt college culture that has many people questioning the whole admissions process now.
We believe all of them, parents, coaches, and facilitators, lied, cheated, and covered up their crimes.
Well, joining us now to talk more about this issue is Neha Gupta, author of College Shortcuts, the shortcut into getting accepted into your dream college. First of all, welcome and thank you for joining us this morning. Were you at all surprised by this, and how could something like this happen?
We know that in the college admissions process, people are feeling very stressed. When you look at outside help, 1 in 3 families are actually getting outside help. And for college consultants, this is very disheartening because it discredits an entire industry where our goal is to help students find their passion, to package them properly, because most parents don't know the college admissions process. Like when they applied, it was before the internet, before the common application, and they're quite stressed. And so we help them to get pitched to universities, but we do it in an honest and ethical way.
Now, we don't know how big this scandal is going to get. 50 people have been arrested. We know more people are likely to be arrested. In fact, so much has been said about that. The question becomes for parents out there, well, what do I do? I mean, how can I legitimately get my very hardworking student into a top college when stuff like this is going on?
Exactly. You know, at College Shortcuts, we've found over and over, we've helped students to get in based on their own merit.
But is that enough?
It is enough. I'll tell you my own story. My parents moved here with $20 in their pocket. They had no connections to any schools. Students that have good grades, good test scores, and if they can package themselves properly with what they've actually done on the resume with their extracurriculars and write well-written essays, we've had numerous students over the last 12 years get in based on their merit.
So there's nothing wrong with getting help in packaging yourself as best you can?
Absolutely not. There's nothing wrong with it.
But how influential is it in terms of getting a student into college if their parents have a lot of money and they donate a lot of that money to the school of choice for this kid?
I think in this case, what's happening with this situation is that parents had done something that really, to me, it breaks my heart because these students, a lot of them don't know that this has happened. So they're sitting on their college campuses now, dealing with the emotional trauma, the stress, and the frustration around it.
What these guys did was clearly illegal. That's why they're being charged, or allegedly did. That's clearly illegal. But if daddy donates $1 million to the school that he wants his kid to go to, isn't that kid going to have a better chance of getting into that school?
I would say that one of the things that we're very particular about is that we actually vet every family we work with for this reason. We interview every single family to make sure that they're practicing things that are of integrity and that are ethical. So it is very important to us to make sure that when you're looking at the 4 million applicants, we're talking about 50 out of 4 million. This is an isolated case that's happened that has really created a lot of issues for these families and for the entire industry as a whole.
But are you telling me that if I'm donating a large amount of money to a top school, that my kid isn't going to have a better chance of getting in?
I would say that we don't work with families specifically that do things like that.
Okay, one last thing. So do you think this whole scandal is going to cause a reassessment, if not a complete overhaul of the college admissions process?
I think one of the biggest issues in the college admissions process right now is that on average, a high school guidance counselor at school is dealing with over 500 students. That's why college consulting exists, so that we can help students find out what they're actually interested in. And the admissions officers need to have more information that's packaged in a way for students to really be able to showcase who they are. So I do believe that the college admissions process will be examined because of this situation that is at hand right now.
Well, I know a lot of parents out there are very worried about this. Neha, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes, we have heard instances of these types of things.
Neha Gupta is the founder and CEO of College Shortcuts, a consulting company that helps families and students navigate college admissions.
The point of college consulting is to help package your child truthfully and ethically based on what they've actually completed.
Gupta says getting into college is more competitive than ever, and her industry is meant to be a guide for families, not a sure thing.
There's an issue when parents try to cheat the system versus going at it at a very ethical and moral way.
She says the best advice for parents is to avoid anyone that makes promises.
The truth of the matter is no college admissions consultant can confirm and guarantee that.
College admissions consultant, it's disturbing, it's frustrating.
Neha Gupta helps students compile the right package to get into their desired colleges. She says she's turned away families that went on to work with Rick Singer, the man who's charged with taking in millions from parents for 8 years to guarantee admissions to top schools.
Because someone decided to write hundreds of thousands of dollars and their kid barely had the SAT score, they're getting in because mommy wrote a check. That's a problem.
Gupta says she vets families before she agrees to work with them.
We have been asked numerous times about possibly taking the SAT or ACT for the student. And when we see families like this, we automatically say, you clearly do not understand what we do.
Yeah, well, we do know that federal prosecutors say that he is the ringleader of this scam and that he owns a college counseling service called K Worldwide Foundation. I did hear your reporter talk about that the prosecutors have been looking into this, investigators, since 2005.
We are live downtown. Steve Campion, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, Steve, thanks. Now, it's not only coaches and school counselors charged in this scandal. Celebrity parents, you've probably heard, they were in on it, too.
I do know some families that have worked with him in the past. And it's, they're very concerned now about their child's future.
We spoke with Neha Gupta by FaceTime. She's Houston-based and founded College Shortcuts, which helps students get into their dream schools in ethical ways. Gupta works with wealthier clients. She says she's heard everything.
I would be lying if I said that this question does not come up. We have seen, in interviews, we interview every family that works with us. We have seen in interviews, families ask us questions such as, will you be writing the essays for us? Which we absolutely do not.
In the stunning operation dubbed Varsity Blues, prosecutors say parents collectively paid $25 million to Singer to help get their kids into these top schools. The two people from Houston facing charges, court records identified them as a tennis academy owner named Martin Fox and a Houston teacher named Nikki Williams. The two worked together to help students cheat on college entrance exams, an accusation not too surprising to some.
Because we've seen over and over, there is a rise in this desire to get into a top school at any cost.
And prosecutors say this scam went on for 7 years. We've learned this afternoon that 3 people have been charged here in the Southern District of Texas. We're going to have much more on who they are and what the charges are on the news at 5. We are live downtown. Steve Campion, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, Steve, thanks. Now, it's not only coaches and school counselors charged in this scandal. Celebrity parents, you've probably heard, they were in on it, too.